to fester as a discord between the state and the center ahead of the 42nd Goods and Services Tax, also known as the GST, Council meeting. Opposition rules states plan to raise concerns about the beautification of revenue flag on account of GST implementation and the pandemic. Namaskar India and welcome to IndSamachar. I am Anshi Srivastav and today we will look into the 42nd Goods and Services Tax, also known as the GST, Council meeting. Alongside these issues, there is likely to be a push for instituting a dispute resolution mechanism and the appointment of vice chairperson. The opposition rule states are also likely to raise objections on the calculation of the estimate given for the borrowing options, which assumes a high 10% growth for the compensation cess deficit projection, along with a push for delinking of the borrowing options from the normal borrowing limits of the states. The state of Kerala is likely to put forth the view that there is no scope of distinction of revenue shortfall due to the pandemic and GST implementation, and the entire compensation shortfall needs to be compensated. It is likely to submit the view coercion to make the states accept one of the two borrowing options is the lowest point in center-state fiscal relation. The state is likely to submit and also to raise the issue of states' limited borrowing capacity to bear the full burden of borrowing to meet the compensation deficit that at present is independent of the GST compensation. Kerala is of the view that options offered to state for borrowing infringe upon the principle of compensation defined in the law. The incorrect appropriation of the integrated GST, IGST and compensation payments which were due to the states in 2017-18 and 18-19 will also be raised by the states in the meeting. Since cesses are kept outside the divisible pool, the states are being given only 32% of the center's resources against the promised 42%. States like Kerala are of the view that the center incorrectly appropriated the sum of 88,344.22 crore in financial year 18 and 13,944 crore in financial year 2019. Punjab and Chhattisgarh have already voiced their concern that the majority view of the ruling party at the center is being adopted as the choice for all, even as the opposition rule states have still not opted for the borrowing options. Punjab has asked for activation of the dispute resolution mechanism stated in the Article 279 of the Constitution, while Chhattisgarh has been of the view that GST-related discussion should be taken by consensus and not the majority. The center's estimates have pegged the GST compensation requirement at around Rs 3 lakh crore this year, while the cess collection is expected to be around 65,000 crore, an estimated compensation shortfall of Rs 2.35 lakh crore, assuming a 10% revenue growth over last year. The continued adoption of the erroneous process of devolution of IGST to states and retention of the unapportioned balance in the CFI instead of first apportioning IGST between the center and states, including the union territories, and then devolving states' share from the amount apportioned to the center. States has led to overall funds received on the account of IGST being less than what was mandated. That is all that we have for you today. For more such news updates, log on to www.indsamachar.com. This is Anshi Srivastav signing off. Namaskar.